Fans, this is another episode of Bleach. Just came out last night and I stayed up to watch it, and with my brother and sister as well. They sort of have a different issue with this episode because Ukiura is their favorite character. My favorite character in this episode was Ichigo, Orihime, and Uryu. They just love Ukiura. They think that Orihime is annoying as hell. I disagree. Orihime is quite the opposite of annoying. She is beautiful and all. I just have to get it out of my system now. Alright, so the first thing that we see in this episode is that we have a little recap of what happened previously, which was Ukiura releasing a second resurrection and beating the shit out of Ichigo. Sorry. And we also see Orihime and Uryu reaching up top to the top of Las Noches, just in realizing that there's some kind of like weird spiritual pressure going on. Continuing on, we see Orihime looking up to see one of the pillars, see Ukiura having Ichigo cornered and having him on his throat, and then Ukiura sees her and says, "Watch this, I can do a magic trick." He points his finger and does a cellar right through Ichigo's chest, which causes him a complete death. Well, not death, well, complete round injury. Remember what I said earlier about Ukiura doing this to Ichigo once before? Well, this is a little bit extremer. Now a hole is in Ichigo's chest and he throws him down. And Orihime tries to put his Shunchurika at him, but then gets blocked by Ukiura. But then Uryu tries to divert Ukiura from Orihime, and Ukiura and Uryu have a little fight, but apparently guess who wins? Ukiura, because Uryu apparently is a little bit lame, but for me I think Uryu should be able to defeat this guy because I've just read because I'm right now reading the latest chapters for Bleach, and the Quincy's seem to have the upper hand, but Uryu does not. I don't know why. They're supposed to Uryu is supposed to be like the exact same strength as a regular Quincy, but the vendor never mind. This is an episode. So yeah, Uryu and Ukiura fight while Orihime tries to heal Ichigo, but she cannot because Ichigo's apparently unconscious or on the verge of death. 1% of life still clinging on to him. I'll talk about it later, and apparently Ukiura defeats Uryu. Well, not defeats him, but Uryu is still conscious. Just technically his diversion doesn't really help him out anymore. And we cut to then Orihime is like all upset and she's very confused and all, and she's like saying like to Ichigo, "Help me, Ichigo, help me, please." And somehow Ichigo hears her and becomes his holification. And then this like hair, then this giant wing comes up. Then we cut into intermission. Then we come into Ichigo's mind, which is all blue and fuzzy. And we see Ichigo like seeing like what happens outside of him, like first Uryu getting the snot beat out of Ukiura, Orihime screaming and yelling for Ichigo to return. And then Ichigo says like, "I need to fight, I need to move," and etc. And then he does, by then activating his true holification form. which he cannot control apparently, because if he could, he would have been a little bit more softer with Ulquiorra. So his Holification X appears, and it's quite an amazing appearance for me, because it's technically a new mode for Ichigo, a new set stage. And with his new Hollow powers, he technically kicks Ulquiorra's ass around up of Las Noches. Ulquiorra trying to defend himself, but Ichigo somehow gets his arm off, but it doesn't really help out because Ulquiorra can always regenerate very quickly. We also find out more about Ulquiorra's ability to regenerate pretty fast and super high speed, and Ulquiorra also tries to defend himself by using like a long green staff and throws it at Ichigo. But then Ichigo misses, but the effect that thing can have is like an atomic bomb. Imagine hitting that to Ichigo, it would like be a giant explosion there. It's like, bruh. But no, we do not see that happen. But Ulquiorra tries to do it again, but this time Ichigo defends himself by using one hand, and with that green sword thing, and then we see Ulquiorra slowly his powers slowly fading. Then Ichigo should keep beating the shit out of him to the very last minute, which is quite interesting for us, because it's like one more episode and then boom, see you later, Ulquiorra. But we don't really know how. Yeah, we only know that at the last minute of it that Ichigo's defeating the hell of Ulquiorra, and Ulquiorra is just all fined up and all, and he says like, fine, this is what Hollow really is. He has no mercy. Kill me, and etc. Kill him in this brutal way. And that's technically that for the episode. So this episode is sort of like introducing to us to Hollow Ichigo again, reminding us that he's still around in Ichigo's body, and it's not really much defeated. But I want to know more about Ichigo's inner world. It's like, in this rare case scenario, it should be that Ichigo should be in his inner Hollow world, fighting against Hollow Ichigo or something like that. That's what I should have done in this episode. But instead we just see what happens outside of Ichigo's body, which is like completely Hollow surrounded fight. Right. But I don't have very much bad to say about this episode. It's quite a badass episode. For Ichigo. And yeah. Hime is just standing right there in the sidelines with Uryu, watching whoa, this is really Ichigo. This is really Ichigo. Yes, it is really Ichigo. So yeah, that's something. This episode was quite great to watch. The only down part is that I wish I could have seen what happened inside of Ichigo. It's like, why does Ichigo convert into his Hollow form already? So there's some kind of explanation or something like that. In the battle between the Vizards, where Ichigo transferred the Vizards, we do get a little explanation like what happens in the inside and the outside. For this episode, we do not see anything happening. So I hope we're going to see something like that in the next episode. But I hope. If not, it'll just be pretty weird. It's like to mention an important part away. Well, this is Bleach episode 271 episode review. See you all next